Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
Y'all, if you thought the drama around Tiffany Henyard couldn't get any messier, buckle up because this tea is piping hot. Imagine having everyone around you, your friends, your lover, your team, turning into snitches faster than you can say busted. And trust me, you're not going to believe who's singing the loudest now. Spoiler alert, it's her baby daddy. So, what's the latest with Tiffany Henyard and why are the feds suddenly knocking at her door? Let's dive right into the juicy details because things are about to get wild. Now I know you've been keeping up with all the madness, but if you missed it, let me catch you up.
Years on allegations of corruption surrounding Henyard in her capacity as Dalton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges.
Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, thought she could outsmart everyone, especially the feds. She's been under investigation for fraud, theft, and all sorts of shady dealings. But it looks like her luck has finally run out. And here's the kicker. Her own baby daddy is in custody and snitching on her like there's no tomorrow. Talk about betrayal. Tiffany thought she had everything under control, pulling the strings from the shadows and building an army of loyal fall guys to take the heat for her. But honey, it's all coming apart because now even her closest allies are turning on her.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me. Thank you.
It's like watching a reality show where the drama just keeps escalating. And honestly, I'm here for every second of it. Let's break down exactly how this all unfolded. So, Tiffany's baby daddy, Kamal Woods, who, by the way, isn't just her baby daddy but also deeply involved in her professional schemes, got caught up in all this. Kamal didn't hesitate for a second before he started spilling the tea to the authorities. And can you blame him? He took one look at that jail cell and he was like, nope, not me.
Talked to a couple of agents and I explained them what was going on. I gave them all my paperwork to show them what was happening in court and what was happening in Dalton. And they told me they was investigating and they would be...
He was ready to throw Tiffany under the bus to save his own skin. You might be wondering how Kamal got so wrapped up in this mess. Well, it turns out Tiffany put him in charge of her so-called Cancer Foundation, which, surprise, surprise, was allegedly funded with taxpayer money. The foundation, which was supposed to help breast cancer patients.
The bill, which we're going to speak before the Revenue Committee, to give everybody $5,000 on their income tax when they file, if you are suffering from cancer.
Was really just a front to make Tiffany look good. The day the foundation launched, it received a donation of $110,000 from the people of Dalton, except the people of Dalton had no idea about it. Tiffany just took the money, y'all. She even used more taxpayer funds to promote the foundation with a whole parade, and every expense, from the DJ to the hotel rooms, was allegedly covered with public money. But hold on, we're not done yet. Tiffany wasn't satisfied with just paying her man to run her shady foundation. She also got him a cushy job at Thornton Township, where he was making over $100,000 a year, money that, let's be real, most people in Dalton haven't seen in a long time. Everything seemed fine and dandy until the feds swooped in with a subpoena asking for all the records related to Tiffany's businesses. And guess what? Kamal was named in that subpoena. The more investigators dig, the uglier it gets. Tiffany has been involved in all kinds of shady dealings, from mismanaging public funds to using her position as mayor to enrich herself and her inner circle. Back in 2019, her shady business practices came to light when one of her tenants lost their home due to mold and leaks. It was bad, y'all. The FBI started looking into all her businesses, including her property management company and her restaurant, and it wasn't long before they realized just how deep her corruption went. But the drama doesn't stop there. You see, Tiffany's administration has been a hot mess from the very beginning. Barely 6 months into her role as the supervisor of Thornton Township, she was already facing backlash from her own team. The dream team she ran with, her trustees and village clerks, quickly turned into a nightmare team when they realized just how shady Tiffany was. They accused her of mismanaging funds, running a low transparency organization, and basically treating them like puppets. By 2022, they were fed up. The trustees teamed up with the village board and sued her for major conflicts of interest. But Tiffany, being Tiffany, pushed back and accused them of stirring up drama to derail her so-called efforts to make Dalton great again. If you ask me, it sounds like a classic case of deflection. Things got so bad that Tiffany started locking her trustees out of their own offices. Can you believe that? But the trustees weren't backing down. They were determined determined to get rid of Tiffany, even if it meant holding meetings without her. Residents of Dolton weren't exactly on Tiffany's side either. They were frustrated with how she was spending money on things like billboards, first-class trips, and luxury hotels, while the town's roads, houses, and even the police force were in desperate need of repairs. And let's not forget about the community events. Before Tiffany became mayor, Dolton was all about bringing people together, but once she was in charge, the only events that got any attention were the ones that made her look good. Case in point, there was supposed to be a yearly event for the community, but Tiffany canceled it just because it clashed with an event she was hosting. She even blocked off the park entrance with giant concrete barriers to make sure nobody could use it. The nerve, right? As the investigation into Tiffany's dealings continued, more people in her inner circle started turning against her. One trustee, Carmen Carlisle, blew the whistle on Tiffany and released a statement calling out all her manipulation, fraud, and shady behavior. Carmen said that for 2 years,
So this is the reason why you hid it from us.
Tiffany used her position to manipulate employees, vendors, and residents, all while projecting a false image of success. But don't think for a second that Tiffany is going down without a fight. She's pointing the finger at her right-hand man, Keith Freeman, who's also facing fraud charges. Tiffany claims that Keith made all the decisions about how funds were used and that she trusted him, until she didn't. What's wild is that despite all this drama, Tiffany still has supporters in Dolton who think she's made politics fun and relatable. Every time she posts on social media, blow it up like she's some kind of celebrity, but not everyone's buying it. One person said that if Tiffany doesn't end up in prison for everything she's done, then there's no justice left in Illinois. And honestly, they've got a point. So, what's next for Tiffany Henyard? Will she face the consequences of her actions, or will she find a way to weasel out of it yet again? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Now I gotta hear from y'all. Do you think Tiffany is finally going down, or do you believe she's gonna wiggle her way out of this mess again? And what do you think about her baby daddy snitching on her? Drop your thoughts in the comments because you know we've got a lot to talk about. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss any of the tea on this crazy case. See you in the next video.